turn things over to my colleague, Reagan Locree. She joins us live from Westfield with more about how the city celebrated down there. Reagan, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Wesley, I'm here at Westfield High School where the Space and Astronomy Club held a viewing party today, which just wrapped up around 4:30. Here was the scene as students, teachers, and others observed the eclipse wearing protective glasses as the moon began to cover the sun. Western Mass News spoke with members of the Westfield Astronomy Club, and they tell us that they were able to record the entire eclipse.
We're time-lapsing the whole eclipse.
Oh, cool. So what are you guys going to do with that afterwards?
We are probably going to publish it on our social media platforms, definitely Instagram, and just share it with the world, share what we get to see here in Westfield, Massachusetts.
And while some schools like Westfield held events for students to view the eclipse, other schools like Easthampton decided to let students out early. I stopped by Mountain View Elementary School in Easthampton as parents and guardians were picking up students this afternoon following a half day.
I believe having the early dismissal for the eclipse today is wonderful because we get the opportunity to share it with the students as well.
Honestly, if they didn't have an early dismissal, I was going to pull them out for the full day to go up to Vermont to watch it. So now we get to go, and they get to go to school.
Now that's all I have on the eclipse today, so I'm going to send it back over to you guys in the studio. Reporting live in Westfield, Reagan Locree for Western Mass News.